everybody, I'm Tom Vasel. Welcome to Live Q&A. Today is December 5th, 2018. This is the first Q&A of December. Normally I do these on Monday, but we were at PAX Unplugged coming back, and so now that it is Wednesday, I'm doing my Q&A. Once I'm done with my Q&A, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on today. Today is a super busy day for the Dice Tower. I'll be recording some videos today. Also at 1 o'clock today, me and Eric Summer will be doing a live crowd surfing, so I hope you come back for that. And then tonight we begin, or we're setting up for the Dice Tower retreat, which will take place over the next 4 days. And then we'll be doing the same thing again next week. Although next week I will be doing my Q&A on Monday. So that's pretty much what's going on. I hope you didn't miss our live top 10 yesterday. Of course, if you did, you can go back and watch it. We'll be doing another live one next week. So that will be coming up next Tuesday. So that's pretty much all the different things going on. Of course, don't worry, just because we're doing a retreat doesn't mean there won't be videos. I recorded many reviews and we'll have those out for you this week. So with that being said, let's get to your question. Oh, well, there is no questions. Well, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I know this is early for some people, but this is the best time to do it. I'm quiet. Am I? Let me listen to myself. Let me pull up the mic a little bit closer. Am I using the right mic? I'm not. I'm using Sam's mic. Well, that would probably be why. His mic is made to sound smaller than mine because he's a much bigger, boominger voice. Let me get the right mic out and we'll turn it on. So now you probably hear two mics. All right. Sorry about that. Here we go. Professionalism. All right, folks, let's go through your questions now. The Brothers Top 100 was amazing. Sure. It is. Another one of those will be going up today, maybe? Let's see here. Tips for convincing spouses that we actually need more games. Yeah, no, I don't give out those kind of tips. I hope your later live show doesn't cross over Jimmy Stegmar's weekly Wednesday show. I don't know. I do my show every other week on Wednesday. I don't really try to compete with other people's shows or not compete with them. We're just going to schedule what we schedule when it happens. Have you played Escape from 100 Million BC? I have not. All righty. I've already caught up on questions. So let's see what things I can talk about. Do you want to hear about key lime pie? Probably not. Christmas season's here, and I was shopping for my children last night, and this is the time of year I always realize I have a lot of kids, for sure. Have I played with all the expansions for Elder Char? I'm pretty sure I have. I think they're done with Elder Char now. They're going to be shifting over to Arkham Horror 3rd Edition. We'll see. I'll have to play it. How did PAX Unplugged this year compare to last year? Definitely better and bigger. Are you and the guys making the top 10 surprise for this year? Yes, just announced that. We'll be doing that live next Tuesday. Why are there no expansions to Elysium? Because it didn't sell well enough. That's basically the extent of it. It always, if a game doesn't sell, let's say a game sells 2,000 copies. If you make an expansion for a game like that, you're probably going to sell, I want to say, if it's a good one, you'll sell 1 out of 5. So you're not going to sell a ton of expansions, and you need to do print runs of thousands. So you don't want to get stuck with a lot of those. So the game needs to sell really well. I'm not saying Elysium only sold 2,000 copies. I don't know how many it sold, but it didn't sell a ton. How long into a game can you tell whether it is good or not? That all depends on the game. There are some games I know they're good from reading the rules, and there are some games I know they're bad from reading the rules. That doesn't happen very often. There are some games where I play them and I'm 5 minutes in and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is good or bad. Sometimes near the end of the game I'm going, I'm still not sure what I think about this game. That's just what happens. So, it's different for every game. Have you played Forbidden Sky again? I have not. And the reason I don't play games that I just, as a general matter of course, I don't play games I don't like. So, I play them for the review. When the review is over, I'm never going to play them again in my entire life. Now, that seems maybe harsh or strong or strident, but why? I only have so much time. We all only have so much time. Why would I waste my time on games that I do not like? Then games, it's kind of weird because I do play lots of games I don't like. But that first experience, that discovery of the game, and I'm playing with these other people and things, that equals, even if it's bad, I still have that experience of discovering it. If I already know it's bad or mediocre, I just have no desire to go back to it. I'd rather go and play good games or games that I don't know about, one of those two. That's my personal preference. Other people may have different ones, that's fine, but that's how I feel. My favorite Christmas tradition, I think Christmas Eve, we open up the stockings and we all spend time together as a family. We read the Christmas story. Maybe we watch a Christmas movie together. I don't know. I just kind of like hanging out together with the family. One moment. My water is across the room there, and I'm thinking I need it. So let me grab the water. But I will still oh, well. Okay. What do you think about the new Kickstarter campaign for Blood Rage iOS? Cool. How do you feel about people angered at CMON for re-releasing the original Kickstarter monsters? What is wrong with people? I don't understand this at all. I really don't. Are people so selfish that, I have this here. This is a dice tower. Ooh, it's the only one ever made. Someone else got one? What? Why does someone else having something you have impact your enjoyment of it? That's so selfish. It's greedy. Now, there are people like, no, but they promised. They promised they wouldn't make them again. Well, they didn't. They made them in alternate sculpts. They shouldn't have made that promise to begin with. This whole Kickstarter exclusive thing, I've been against it anyway. But why would you? People are, they want to play with these new cool monsters. They haven't been able to. And I don't see why you're like, oh, it devalues mine. Were you buying it for the value's sake? I thought you were buying it because you wanted a fun game. I'm sorry, I have no sympathy for those people. I do not understand it at all. Why would you get mad that someone else got something you have? If you love it, you want other people to love it too, right? Just confusing to me. Saw your game advent calendar. Is it worth tracking down an old one to get the mini expansion if you have that game? It is, I guess. I think I would get it if I had 5 of the games. That would an arbitrary number I just made up. How's your daughter Ruby doing? She is a precious little girl. All my kids are precious, but yes, she's doing fine. Ascension or Keyforge? Well, I don't know. It depends what kind of mood I'm in. One's a deck building game, one's a player versus player combat game. The new expansion for Ascension's interesting. I'll be reviewing that soon. Would the game you made have made your top 10 most played games if you count it playtesting games? Like, are you talking about nothing personal? No. I got tired of playing it. I just don't like playing the same game over and over and over again. So I would have other people play it and I'd kind of watch them to see how it worked out. Or I had other people play test it and then worked on it some more and tried it out. But it wouldn't have made my top played games. Do you ever have days where the dice just aren't your friend? Oh, yeah. I played a game at PAX Unplugged with some people. Who was I? Oh, there's just some random people. I just grabbed them up and played a game. And I needed to roll a 6 on a die. All right, that's kind of a tough thing to do anyway. So I rolled and missed 24 times in a row. Now, granted, I should probably have, stopped and tried something else, but I was determined to get it. I eventually got it. At one point, like after the 14th roll, someone said, switch dies and roll that die and see what you would have got. And I did, and it was a 6. And I was like, man, all right, but it wasn't one of my official rolls, right? So that happens sometimes. It's no big deal. What's your opinion of Just One, an amazingly fun party game? Are you considered backing Blood Rage Digital for the minis? Well, you can actually go online and see what I have backed. And you will see that I have backed it. By the way, I have the original Blood Rage with the exclusive miniatures and all. And I'm not upset that other people can get them. How do you get through what you would call inferior games without being condescending? I don't play them. Yeah, I know that seems rude and everything else. So, I don't know. I'm not in a situation that some people are, right? Like, I don't go somewhere and someone says, hey, play whatever, let's say it's Monopoly or Life or whatever. I'm not in those situations. If I do go to a situation where there might be game playing, I bring a pile of games myself. I bring very simple, easy games that I also enjoy. And if someone says, play this, I'll be like, hey, I have this really cool thing. You want to try it? I have never had someone say no to that. If you're in that situation yourself, I don't know how I would deal with it. Honestly, I just try not to get myself in those situations. Was PAX U bigger than Gen Con? No. Will you have any anticipated games in your surprise list next week? Oh, then they say anticipated games should not surprise you, I guess. Bad question. Advice for getting into designing board games. Well, we did a top 10 list of advice for those designing games. Really, I mean, it's like a book. I'm not going to do a whole Q&A on advice for designing games. There's gazooks of device out there. But the biggest thing I can tell you is design because you want to make a fun board game. Everything else should be secondary to that. And if you're not having fun anymore, then stop designing. Thanks for saying hi at PAX. No worries. What did you get to play at PAX? I played Cogs and Commissioners. I played... Man, it's hard. I can see the games over there. The Pretender, Boomerang, Lifestyle. Yeah, Blew It. And a few other games. Do my kids believe in Santa? They do not. But as a heads up, I do not teach them to do so. Yeah, I'm not really a fan. Someone just mentioned this in the Dice Tower forums, and I agree with them. Someone said, how do I persuade such and such a person to play a game? Find someone who is interested in playing that game. Trying to persuade people to play games is a losing battle, right? Maybe they would like it, but I don't know. It just seems like it's, come on, it's like when the food, someone says, hey, try this, you'll like it. I try it, I'm like, it's okay. And they're like, oh, come on, eat some more of it. Why? Why can't I eat the thing I do like? And, people will just have this, people always want other people to play games out of selfishness. Again, they want a gaming opponent. So, please play this game. Not because they want that person to enjoy the game, but because you want a gaming partner. That's the wrong attitude. You really need to be altruistic and want people to play the game so that they will enjoy it. And if so, you'll find the game for that person that they will like rather than the game that you want to play against them. Which cons are the hardest, other than ones we orchestrate, are the hardest for our team to prepare for? Gamma Trade Show and Origins, which is why both of them are off the docket this year. Well, at least for us going in a full way. There will be a couple representatives of the Dice Tower at these cons. Are you backing the loop for Pitchcar? Is the sky blue? Top 10 themes you don't want to see anymore? I won't make that list, but I can tell you right now. I'm tired of trading in the Mediterranean. I've been saying that for years. I'm tired of zombies. I'm tired of Cthulhu. Those are my three. Tired of generic fantasy, like orcs, dwarves, goblins. What other themes am I getting tired of? I guess I'm a little tired of mage versus mage. You know, this wizard fights this wizard, Magic the Gathering and all that. They've done it, right? You know, let's try to think of something different. That's getting a little old. Building a castle or fortress or house or whatever. That's not 10, no. It's not 10 themes I'm tired of. Well, I mean, any variation on Euro games, so I don't know. I'm not like so much that I hate a theme, it will show up and I'll be like, oh. I mean, it happens a little bit, but if the game is interesting, I don't care if the theme is one I'm not that keen on. What do you think of the lineups for security at PAX? I felt it discouraged leaving to get food outside. Maybe. Some of the guys complained about the security, but hey, security keeps you safer. So it didn't take that long to go through security. I guess it did if you were coming in at the very beginning of the day. I know there was long lines for it then, but meh. I've gone to Universal Studios. They also have long lines for security and other places. Security. Is a surprise top 10 list going to be good surprises or bad? Good. It's bad surprise. When I say surprise, I usually mean good. If it's bad, I call them disappointments. How often do you play drop mix? Not much these days. I don't even know if my kids have played with it for a while. Do I have suggestions on how PAX U can get better? No, it's pretty good as it is. I mean, no con is perfect, obviously, but they're really good. Their staff is incredible. I wouldn't mind carpets in the walkways. I wish their hours were longer. This hard cutoff at midnight is not a big deal, right? I normally go to bed earlier, but if you are playing a game and, you know, getting it cut off midnight, I also wouldn't mind if their exhibitor hall closed at 4 on Sundays rather than 6, because packing up at 6, you know, going to 8 or 9 sometimes, that's pretty late on a Sunday. But those are very minor things. Other than that, I think the con is amazing. Have you tried any new hot sauces lately? Yeah, I just had a new one on Monday. Me and Kenny walked around and we went to Christmas Village in Philadelphia. So while we were there was a little hot sauce stand there, and they had a horseradish hot sauce, which is not a combination I see very often, and it was amazingly delicious. In fact, I had it last night on my taco salad, and I really liked it. What happened to my huge hammer? It's right over there. Who is going to Gamma? I need to know who I will be playing video games with at the third floor arcade. Maybe just me. We'll see. Sherlock Holmes is getting pretty tired. Yeah, that might be another one that's over. I don't know, though. I don't play as many of those games. Games based on smartphones is already old? No. If your gaming group mainly play something you don't enjoy and have tried introducing some of your games but to no avail, should you cut your losses or maybe make your own gaming group? That's up to you. How badly do you want to play? If you just want to play games and you can't find other people, you're stuck with that gaming group. A lot of people ask me about my game collection. Right now, my game collection is not a very valid thing. My personal game collection is like 60 games at this point. You're like, what? Only 60? Well, because I have now the Dice Tower Retreat / Cruise collection of games, which is 450 games. So, but that's not something I would keep as an ordinary person. If you remember, I had 350. I've now expanded this. It's getting large, and it's going to get larger. It's going to be, probably 1,000 games at some point. And for those, I'm just storing them. Right now they're all in the studio in boxes everywhere. I'm going to be taking a video of the collection so you can see what's in it. We'll be posting that maybe tomorrow. Yeah, there we go. I'm getting a storage facility to store all the games with climate control. Which Dice Tower convention do you recommend for a first-timer? Cruise. Can we please get a legendary DC? I want Spider-Man to team up with Batman to take down a Joker. That would be really cool. I would be super excited about that. I don't think it's going to happen because Cryptozoic has the license for DC, and I doubt they would want someone else making a competing deck building game. The best Philly food? Man, we had so many good things. I would say the tie for the two best things I had was the pork sandwich at the Knicks. I really liked that. I mean, I had great food there the whole time, but that pork sandwich was really good. And when Kenny and I went to Christmas Village, we stopped at a place that had melted cheese curds, and they made sandwiches with them. So good. So good. Yes, I've played Quantum. I think it's okay. Did you end up doing a review of Immortals? I only see the first impressions video. I don't think so, but my final thoughts were the exact same as the first impressions. I went to the hot sauce stand as well. I bought the Torchbearer. Well, I didn't say I only got the horseradish sauce. It was 3 for whatever, so I got 3. What's my favorite convention city? I gotta say, Philadelphia is pretty high up there. I mean, I'm taking out, obviously, exotic, interesting things like Iceland and things like that, but because Iceland was amazing. But city-wise, Philly was really cool. Yeah, I can't think of one I like better than Philly. Reno was nice. Vegas is Vegas. Columbus is good. I like Columbus a lot. Indianapolis is okay. Orlando's great, but that's different. Yeah, Philly, probably. Are you going to see Aquaman? I know it's DC, but it looks neat. Oh, sure, I'm sure it's good, but man, I watched the Captain Marvel trailer with my kids, and they were just like, what? Just the second Marvel trailer really helped out. It makes it look really good, but it's Marvel, so we just expect it to be good. Why did Galaxy Trucker move from the top 100? Because that's just how life works. Some games make it in. Again, I did my top 250 this year. Any game in that top 250 is fantastic. At this point, do you think there's going to be a board game recession in the coming years? I don't even understand that question. What do you think Chief Sokotoa would cook if he was wearing an apron? Chief Sokotoa has never worn an apron. Well, wait. There was that one time we posed as cooks to get into the 15th triennial Zumakovan cooking contest. So what had happened was we had heard that there was a revolution brewing in that system. So we went in as cooks. It was him, me, the kid, Frank and Willie, and Mr. Haven, I think. Yeah, he was there. Anyway, oh yeah, and TX47. But anyway, so we went in and we were posing as cooks and chefs, but I don't think we actually cooked anything. We just went in and then a fight broke out and it got all crazy. But it was an entertaining thing. I think that's probably the only time Chief Sokotoa has worn an apron. Why do you throw things and act uninterested in your unboxings? Because I don't take gaming as seriously as some people, I guess. I love games. I found it interesting. Some of the unboxings I just go through them pretty quickly because I'm trying to save time. And people are like, you are not treating these games with respect. Well, first of all, they're not people. I don't feel like I need to treat a game with the same respect I would treat a person. But also, I'm just trying to move through it quickly. I still love the games. I still think they're great. It is what it is, I guess. Next time I open one, I'll be like, what? Oh, or I'll bring Jason on. And I have had Jason on. I think if you watch the Christmas unboxings, he's there, and then you can hear him go, whoo, because he'll do that for any game. All right. Let me look here. Sorry. Have you ever played a board game in Spain? No. I've only been in Spain when I went through the airport at Madrid for Essen this year. Blah, blah, blah. Will I do a Heroes of Terranoth review? Maybe. We'll see. When is our next gaming marathon? I couldn't tell you. We just did a whole pile of gaming test days in a row. We did a whole week's worth of them, and then we did another half week, and then a few other days. But the next one, I'm not sure when that will be, even if there will be one. Top 10 countries you want to visit but haven't. I would be interested in going to any country I haven't been to. That being said, I like to go to France. I like to go to Italy. I like to go to the Netherlands. I like to go to Australia and New Zealand. I like to go to Russia. I like to go to Poland. I like to go to the Czech Republic. I like to go to Greece. I like to go to pretty much every country in Africa. Yeah, that's kind of way past 10. Yeah, just essentially every country I haven't been to. Would you consider doing a top 10 games to play with your senior citizen parents? I don't know, maybe, but I think just, I don't usually buttonhole groups. You won't see that on our channel at all. Top 10 games to play with, you know, people who are in their 20s, or top 10 games to play with millennials. I don't normally do that. I've done a few of them, like maybe with kids and stuff. So maybe I would just look for good gateway games. Look for something your parents enjoy. Who is Chief Sokotoa? Chief Sokotoa is the hero of our galaxy, honestly, and multiple timelines. He has saved humanity more times than you can count, and all of us, including you, owe him your life. I know that the DiceTower.com People's Choice Top 100 list is wrong. The website has really messed everything up there. We're not sure what's going on. The website's doing some automatic stuff. My webmaster is working on it, getting it fixed as we speak. Do you think Eric will ever get tired of Merchants of Venus? Maybe, but doubtful. And Sam of Blood Rage? Who knows? What's my favorite Marvel and DC movie? Well, my favorite Marvel movie is Thor Ragnarok. No, I'm sorry, Avengers Infinity War, then Thor Ragnarok. My favorite DC movie is probably Wonder Woman. I'm trying to think. The Batman ones are good, but they're dark for me. Yeah, that's what I think. Can I suggest white gloves for future unboxing, just to be respectful, and hushed tones? Oh, look at this game. That could get weird, I suppose. Am I preaching again anytime soon? My next sermon at my church, and you can watch those sermons on Facebook, is not till Christmas, the Sunday before Christmas, and probably the Sunday after Christmas. You know, I guess I should say a lot of times, and someone mentioned here about a Kickstarter with a company here, I'm not involved in these, and I'm always kind of surprised that people want to get me involved. They're like, what do you think about how this company did this? I'm like, I don't know. I haven't been following that campaign. I only know about the CMON one because I backed it. But even then, I don't read all the comments. I don't keep up with all the controversy over these Kickstarter campaigns. So, when will the top 10 surprises live stream start? Noon. Will there be a live feed from the Dice Tower Cruise? There will not. Internet's too expensive there. Can you try to guess in the number one game of the Brothers Mirth? I already know. Do you simply review games and do videos? Oh no, I have a life also beyond that. I have a family. I have 7 children. I'm very involved in my church. Well, that's actually it. But I'm never unhappy with that. Will you be getting a copy of the Pandemic 10th Anniversary Edition? Maybe. I have to say, so far, just from looking at it, it does not even remotely seem worth $100. I looked at it at, where was it? At PAX, yeah. I looked at it there. It's not very impressive to me. The board is pretty. The miniatures are nice. It looks like a lot of money went into that box. I wouldn't get it. I mean, even Z's not like blown away by it, and he's like the biggest Pandemic fan I know. Why are all my videos so incredibly long? I don't know. Actually, it's kind of weird because I don't really believe in super long videos. Top 10s are long because there's 3 people talking. We found that people like that longer format. In fact, this year, when we changed it to a shorter format, oh my, the heavens opened and the comments came out. But for my review videos, I try to keep them fairly short, usually between 10 and 15 minutes at the most. I want to get in, get out. I like to do things quickly. If you watch when I do top 10s or lists, weekend reviews, look backs, whatever, I feel like I'm fairly succinct in how I do things. But I apologize if my videos are incredibly long to you. How did I start playing board games? I don't know. I started playing them with my family. I've been playing games my whole life, I guess. Did Chief Sokoto save us from the cat invasion? Yeah, I explained. Well, it's still going on. And I do my best to continually keep the propaganda against cats around. But I don't know. I don't think we'll lose that war, but you never know. They're sneaky. I appreciate the live top 10s today. Easier to pre-record or do live? They're probably easier to do live, but there's also the chance of things going wrong when you do them live. If I remember correctly, I think Chief Sokoto was the elementary school teacher of Doctor Who. That is not correct. Doctor Who is a fictional character. I never realized how tall you were until I met you at PAX Unplugged. Yes, everyone said that, I think. Would you consider coming to a convention in general? Sure, but I consider lots of conventions, and whichever ones I can afford or have time to go to are the ones I go to. Would you give every game in your top 100 list a seal of excellence? Yes. What about your top 200? Probably. I don't see why not, because I've given out many, many seals of excellence. What do you think about such a heavy game, Twilight Imperium 4, reaching the top 15 on Board Game Geek? I don't think I would discriminate how heavy a game is for it being in the top list at all, or for bad or good, right? I mean, we've been currently weighing our boxes that we have because we need to have them weighed for the cruise, and some of those games are really heavy because I have them chock full of expansions. And I'm not sure, I mean, think about this, a game being in the top 10 or the top 15, and then you add some expansions, it makes it heavier. Should it rise higher or go lower? You know, I don't think the weight of a box really should affect where the position is on Board Game Geek. As a new viewer to your channel, the amount of content you and your staff put out is amazing. I hope your hard work is rewarded. Well, I hope so too, but we'll find out this January when we run our Kickstarter. What makes you and Sam, well, I'm not going to answer for Sam. So what makes you prefer Champs of Midgard over Lords of Waterdeep? People's Choice ranks Lords of Waterdeep 20 and Champs of Midgard isn't in it. Every person I know prefers Lords of Waterdeep. But not every person, because you know me. Have you played Champs of Midgard? It's so fun, especially with the expansions. I like it because I think I like the dice involved with it, and I feel like it offers some cool choices and really strong theme. I do like Lords of Waterdeep a lot, so don't think I'm saying one, you know, technically eliminates the other, but Champs of Midgard for me is just more fun. What was your favorite part of The Last Jedi? The final battle, I guess. Luke versus the AT-ATs, maybe. Top 10 surprises. Is that the live crowd surfing session coming up? Because it says 1 p.m. No, just to clarify, the live crowd surfing session at 1 p.m. is a show called Crowd Surfing. The top 10 surprises is next week. Will Pandemic Fall of Rome ever happen for Z? I don't know what that means. Did you watch the top 10 we did yesterday? Did you get a chance to meet Mike and Jerry at Penny Arcade? I didn't meet them this time. I don't know if I've met Mike. I definitely met Jerry. I know this because I will never forget how he greeted me. Maybe I met Mike. If I did, it was really short in passing. Do you try your best to get every expansion for a game into one box, even if it means ditching some nice inserts? Yes. And if so, do you still store the inserts you aren't using? Nope. I destroy them instantly. Why would I keep them around? Where am I going to put them? Have a pile of inserts? That's a waste of time. I like your hats, Tom. Don't let Z or Sam tell you anything else. Meh. I like my hats too. You know, I was just reading on Reddit about our top 10 we did yesterday, and someone said my outfit was ridiculous, which I like to point out. I know. Very ridiculous. And someone said, I don't like to send people to Tom's videos because he dresses like whatever people call me, a clown, a pimp, or whatever, you know. And that turns people off from gaming. Maybe it does. I don't know. But I would wager that the person who criticizes and makes fun of other people's clothing probably would turn more people off from gaming than the person wearing said clothing. I might be wrong on that, but I would take that wager. And the person who mocks other people and mocks the things they wear in a truly cruel way. I'm not talking about the joking that me, Sam, and Z have. That's between friends. That's fun. But the person who constantly is mocking other people, what does that get you? See, what I learned a while ago, and maybe I'm dead wrong on it, so I'm not right about everything. I just don't care. I'm going to wear clothes that I think are fun and enjoyable, and I like wearing bright colored clothing, and I like wearing fun things for me, and it's entertaining. And my wife likes it. My kids, well, not the teenagers, but the rest of them like it. And some friends like it. When I go around, people are like, hey, I like that. Well, that's nice, you know, and a lot of people, oh, what is that? That's so ugly. What does it matter? If I go around worrying about what everyone else is going to wear, I will dress like everybody else. I mean, part of what I wear sometimes is a shtick, you know, for Dice Tower. But I like wearing ties, so I do. I like wearing vests. I can finally fit in them now that I've lost a bit of weight, so I wear them. And I've always liked wearing hats. So people can hate on them, so be it. Do you think all versus one games are becoming a thing of the past and giving way to full co-ops or games with apps? Maybe. I think it's a phase. How's your experience with Dice Tower Con West? Anything you would do differently? Is this the future? It hasn't happened yet. It's in March. I'll be reviewing it, but not for a bit yet. Did this year's Kickstarter go as smooth as expected? No, it did not. We definitely have located where the problems were, and hopefully we'll have those eliminated for next year. What was my favorite movie of 2018? Oh, Avengers Infinity Wars. I haven't seen a ton of movies that came out in 2018. I still haven't seen Creed 2. Let me look. I really like Black Panther. I really liked Ant-Man and Wasp. Haven't seen Incredibles 2 yet. Mission Impossible was good. I like that one. I like Solo. Haven't seen that. I haven't seen that. Haven't seen that. Oh, the Meg. That was kind of silly. Oh, Ready Player One. I like that one a lot, actually. Haven't seen that. 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 I'm not being very helpful here. Rampage. It was okay. Christopher Robin. I liked. That was fun. Nope. 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 I'm not the best person to ask about movies. I don't watch a ton of them. My birthday was Monday, and for the third or fourth year in a row, my wife gave me a banana cream pie instead of cake because who cares about society norms? That's right. When I was a kid, I distinctly remember, I think it was like my 14th birthday, my parents said, what do you want? What cake do you want for your birthday? And I was like, I want donuts. And that's what I had for my birthday that year, donuts. Which in retrospect, cake is better than donuts. But at the time, we didn't have donuts very often when I was a kid. It was like a special thing, so I wanted donuts. I noticed that PAX this year, there was a few releases announced. Do you think PAX is going to be on par with Origins and Gen Con in terms of release? Well, it wouldn't be hard to be on par with Origins. But with Gen Con, I don't think so. And the reason why is because these games are all being released at Essen. Now, you see a lot of games at Essen directly at PAX. They're really close to each other, so it feels like they're being released at PAX. And there's a lot of smaller games made in America that we'll see released at PAX. So yeah, I don't know if it will ever rival Gen Con, but hey, if it does, we'll see. How did Jerry greet me? I can't really say that on this family-friendly show, but it was a positive greeting. I just can't say it here. What was the strangest thing that's happened to you at a con? Oh my, so many strange things. We had we were standing waiting for an Uber to go somewhere, and we had a series of interesting people come up to talk to us that had nothing to do with Dice Tower. Just people come up, some from the convention, some from the streets of Philadelphia. And it was a very funny moment, just the questions and the back and forth. And I was like jumping into it, and halfway through the conversation realized that I was having a different conversation than the people I was talking to. That's not, you have to be there, I guess. Do you know about the YouTube channel, The Dragon Tomb? Yes, I find it very amusing. 24th Christmas Eve or 25th Christmas morning? I don't know what you mean by that. They're both in existence. Do you feel like the legacy system's getting close to being overdone? You mean all three of them that came out this year? I mean, there was Betrayal Legacy. There was, I don't even think Charterstone came out this year, so. And then there was there's like a few legacy games that come out a year. I wouldn't consider that to be overdone. What is your ideal setup to game time ratio? I think a game should be 5 times longer than setup at least. I guess I don't really think about that much. I mean, HeroScape, that doesn't work for HeroScape. Pitch Car definitely is faster than the setup for it. I mean, there's games like Stellar Conflict where the game is literally faster than setup. You cannot set it up faster than the game plays. So I wouldn't say it holds true everywhere. I would wager someone turned off gaming by another person's attire would likely already be turned off from gaming from all sorts of other inane reasons. I guess maybe that's a thing, right? So if someone's not willing to accept my crazy outfits on a video, then they might not accept me in person too. So they might not be really fun to game with. I don't know. Top 10 flash in the pan games. Oh, that's an interesting one. I'll have to add that to our possible list. Top 10 flash in the pans. That's an interesting list. Maybe like a game that's like huge hype. Da, 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 here it is, and it's gone. That's an interesting top 10. That would be fun. Oh, I didn't say all that so that people would validate me. I don't mean to look for that. And I apologize if it came across that way. it is nice to have, people say nice things for sure. And it's not fun to read negative comments for sure. I was just so, when we went to PAX, I was talking to the Shut Up, Sit Down guys, so I ran into them on the way back from Philadelphia. We were both at the airport. We were talking for a while. And I said to them that PAX Unplugged was so revitalizing for me. So many people came up, and some people said things like, "You're the reason I game today," and people said nice things. At one point, I was just so overwhelmed by it. I almost brought me to tears. Just people were just nice. I mean, someone gave me a custom tie. I got 2 ties, actually. People just, they do nice things, and I really appreciate and say nice things at conventions. And that is overwhelmingly positive, and that's one of the reasons I go to a convention, for things like that. The internet is not quite so kind. Every time we do a top 10 list, someone posted on Reddit, people go in there to make it very clear they do not like the Dice Tower at all. And they do not like me, especially, at all. And, that's not the most fun thing in the world to read. Kind of rolls off my back a bit, right? But it's kind of like, it always bugs me when someone says they don't like me. I'm like, well, how can I make that person like me? I don't want people to dislike me. But you know what? That's just the way it's going to be, right? So, but at a convention, the positive affirmation is so high that it's like just crazy cool. And for each person who comes up and says something nice, sometimes I may not seem, I might be tired or whatever. I may not respond the way you thought I might, but I can tell you how very grateful I am for that. Let's see here. Do you, Sam, and Z give each other presents for Christmas? We did a white elephant Christmas exchange last year. Does the amount of content actually hurt Gloomhaven's replayability? I've heard a lot of people being scared of playing the game because they can't finish it. Come on, that's like saying that car is so good I won't drive it. If someone doesn't want to play it because there's too much content, it's fine, but I don't think it hurts its replayability. Some people didn't like Logan because of the violence and because it was sad. Did you like Logan? Not especially. It was a well-made movie, but yeah, I don't like that sort of depressing thing. I like the Marvel movies because they're uplifting and upbeat. Would you ever do a top 10 future board game industry predictions video where you, Sam, and Z speculate what board games will look like in 10, 20, 50 years? No way, I would never do that because I have no idea. 10 years ago, I would never have predicted legacy games or the fascination with roll and write games or the app integration. 10 years ago, I didn't even know about apps 10 years ago. So, yeah, there's no way I would be able to do 10. 50 years? What am I going to? I'm going to do one of those science things. We'll all have games in our eyeballs. They'll be embedded in there, and we'll be playing like, who knows? So no. Have you ever considered doing the 10 best games, a small setup time to game time ratio? Probably not. I never even thought about setup time to game time ratio very much. Yes, Clank Legacy is coming out next year. If you could review anything other than board games, what would it be? Food. I think Tom would like the new Wreck-It Ralph. Oh, probably. Favorite ride at Disney World? The roller coaster, the Himalayan one, I think, probably. Yeah, I really like that one. But I also like the Star Wars ride, and I'm starting to like shows more than rides. Does that mean I'm getting old? Maybe. Tom, is there a list of the game library for Dice Tower Cruise? Oh, sure. You can find that online on Board Game Geek. Look up user DT Library. So everyone can do that. You can see the games in there. DT Library is the username, and you just go look at their collection. It's up to date as of yesterday. How's your weight loss journey going? Okay. PAX was obviously a setback. I knew it would be. I planned for it. So I'm eating much more healthy this week and next week. I find it hard watching what I eat during the Christmas time. Sure, it is harder, obviously, during holidays, but we'll survive. We'll see how the cruise works. You had no dexterity games in your top 10 of the year. What's your favorite 2018 dexterity game? Was there any? Oh, maybe I can answer that question specifically. Let me pull up my... All right, let's see here. I have my top 100 list made, so let me blow through it and see if there's any dexterities. Nope. Not dexterity. No, that's not dexterity. I guess drop it. Do you consider drop it dexterity because you're dropping things in, so you're kind of trying to drop it in the right spot? No? No? Okay, let me keep going then. Fireball Island because you're flicking marbles at each other? Does that count as dexterity? Feels like it. No? Oh, okay. Men at Work from Pretzel Games. There you go. Yay for lists. I like having a database of all the games I like. Helps me remember what I like. Favorite food item at Disney World? Meh. I don't care about that. I've eaten some good things there, but honestly, when we have gone to Disney World, and we only went 1 year because I'm not rich, we ate off most of the time. Orlando has tons of great restaurants, and they're not cheap, but they're way cheaper than the Disney World stuff. Is there a way to catch up in Rise of Fenris? Right now, one person's running away with it. If one person was running away with it, I think the other people would be able to gang up on them and win. I don't know. That didn't happen in our game. Our series of games, I mean. Hey, Tom, read the Reckoners. Thanks to you. Holy moly, so good. Thanks. If you think they're good, then you need to read Mistborn. It's better. And then when you're done reading Mistborn, you need to read his other series, and they get even better. Prophecy of Kings. So good. Beyond counseling, which should be a given, would you recommend board games for someone you think is gambling too much and needs a hobby with a strategic rush to fill the void? I don't know. I would have to know the person specifically. Is Monster Slaughter being reviewed soon? Yeah, I think Sam is doing it. Real or fake Christmas tree? Fake. I don't know. Me and my kids were talking about this, and we don't, I guess there's nostalgia to it, but we don't see the point of paying every year for a new Christmas tree when we can just have one that we put out year after year after year after year. I mean, we're going to buy a Christmas tree and use it like 20 years straight. That saves so much money. Not just the money, but the hassle of getting rid of the Christmas tree. I don't know. It just seems like, you know, when you got all the pine needles all over the house and everything. I guess the benefits are it's neat to have a fresh smelling Christmas tree, but can't my candles from Yankee Candle do the same thing? I don't know. Top 10 favorite Marvel superheroes. That might just be my favorite superheroes in general. I did a top 10 list of my favorite heroes in the past, so I don't really remember, but here's a few off the top of my head who I really like. I really like Iceman, really like The Thing, I really like Kitty Pryde, Shadowcat. I really like Groot. I've always liked Jubilee. Blink, for sure. Blink is definitely very high up there. Kind of like Colossus, but he's been kind of a twerp lately. Hawkeye, maybe. The new Hawkeye I like a lot. I mean, not the new Hawkeye, but Hawkeye with his new look on life. Oh, Spider-Man. Of course, Spider-Man. Spider-Man is great. All the Spider-Man. Spider-Gwen, too. Avengers. Going through my Avengers roster. When Sabretooth is a good guy, and the alternate Age of Apocalypse one is, I really liked him as a good guy. Sabretooth as a bad guy I don't like, but Sabretooth as a good guy I enjoy. That's some of them. It's probably not 10, but that's kind of a generalized list. I'm sure there's some I'm forgetting. Strong Guy. I like Strong Guy a lot. There's a lot of cool. Marvel just has such a huge, diverse cast. Although, oh my goodness, they bring people back from the dead. Who'd they just bring back? Jean Grey? She's been dead for like 10 years. First, they brought back an alternate universe Jean Grey, which was fine, or Jean Grey from the past. Now they're bringing back regular Jean Grey. It's like, oh, you just can't let it go. You just literally cannot let a character stay dead. Oh, well. Okay, back to the Christmas Eve, Christmas morning. Do you want to open presents on the Christmas Eve or in the morning? I have the kids open their stockings on Christmas Eve and their presents on Christmas morning. And we do that because that makes Christmas morning more exciting. If you open your presents Christmas Eve, then they want to play with them at night. Dad's kind of tired as it is, and I have to end up usually putting something together. So it's better to do it Christmas Day. Do you think this unexpected low number of legacy games is due to the difficulty of designing these games? Yes. Do you know when the Dice Tower library on Board Game Geek will be completely updated with all the games that will be on the cruise? It's updated as we add them in. So just a consistently updated thing. We update them as soon as we make a new box of games for the library, you will see them added instantly. So that's just something that's going to happen. Have you been reading any comics lately? Yeah, I've been reading some of the new stuff. The Search for Wolverine. Again, new stuff. Remember, I read Marvel Unlimited, so I'm 6 months behind. So I've been reading a few of those, just various comics, X-Men, Avengers, just kind of jumping around. But I'm also going back and rereading the X-Men. I forget the name of the series, but the one that Joss Whedon did. It's a really cool run of X-Men. It's probably one of my favorite runs that they've had. So. Don't listen to haters. You've done more for the hobby than anyone. Thank you. I wanted to talk about that briefly because I don't think I've done more for the hobby than anyone. I am super glad that people think so, and I certainly like to promote the hobby, and I certainly want to make the hobby a better place. But if you ever get a chance, talk to designers and publishers and thank them for what they do. If it wasn't for them, there wouldn't even be a hobby. Designers don't get as much love as a lot of people because most people don't know them. You know the big ones, Eric Lang and a few others, maybe Rob Daviau and Isaac Childress and stuff, but there's a lot of great designers out there, and if you meet one of them, they're usually quiet, unassuming people. Tell them how much you like your games, that they're fantastic. Tell them that, and they'll really appreciate that. You might not always know, but if you are demoing a game and you like it, and the person, it might say, who designed this game? And they'll say, oh, this person did, or maybe they'll say, I did, and then you say, I really like it. Thanks for what you've done. Same to publishers. That's even easier, because the publishers are easier to point out at a convention and stuff. Or maybe just email a publisher or a designer and say, hey, I really like what you've done. And that's kind of a cool thing. So, because they get lots of, publishers get, this is broken, this rules doesn't make any sense. Designers get lots of rules questions. But yeah, you send them out. Those guys and women do a lot for the hobby. So, thank them. All right, folks. I'll be back at 1 o'clock. I'll be doing a live crowd surfing with Eric Summer. So we'll see you then. Until next time, though, I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been watching Board Game Breakfast on the Dice Tower. All right, everyone. A new Horde team has shown up. Now, last time we saw the Horde team get completely decimated. And out comes the Ice Cream Team of Power. Now, the Ice Cream Team has done an interesting thing that we've not yet seen one of these teams do. First of all, they brought in 5 additional people that were recruited from the Horde, a different Horde, an Ice Cream Horde, of course. And they've also brought in 5 cheerleaders who are going to cheer. Now, we've not seen Dice cheerleaders before, so this is kind of an interesting thing, something new to gaming. All right, well, here we go. We're going to get this started. There is a lot of dice here. Let's start the first round. All right, a 6 beats a 4. The 4-sided die is out. That's good news for the Horde. It always feels good to start. Of course, the Ice Cream Team probably knew that, which is why. And this die can't fit through the last block, so they're just going to roll it and see what happens. 26 beats a 2. Well, that was to be expected. The Horde tends to lose 12-6. All righty, so let's see, 9-4. Once again, the Horde's getting knocked out. And 2-3. Well, there goes a 3-sided die. So the 4-sided and the 3-sided die have been both knocked out. Neither one of those really a big surprise there. 7-2. 7-5. Horde has only won twice so far. 5-5, both eliminated. The Horde is pleased about that to take out the 8-sided die. 10-4, good buddy. 3-6, a 10-sided die has now been taken out. The Horde is pleased to have defeated 3 of the dice. Nothing big, no big upset. Oh, but here is the first big upset. The 22-sided die has been taken out of play. That's not a good. 4-3. There goes the 5-sided die. A 10-2. All right. A little bit of recovering from the thing. Rah, rah, shish kamba, la, 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 la. Well, the cheerleaders don't seem to be very interesting so far. But, you know, what can you do? Even the 6-sided die from the Ice Cream Team has won. 12-5. We are continuing. 19-4. 10-3. So the Horde is not doing so hot, but again, they are the Horde. Oh, here's another upset. The 4 beats a 1. So the 7-sided die has now been taken out of contention. 7-5. 19-4. 14-6. Now for the Ice Cream Hordes, 4-2. The first of them has been eliminated. 5-5. Both have been eliminated. 5-5. Another double elimination. 5-4. Another one. So not one of the Ice Cream. Wow, 6-5. Not one of the Ice Cream Horde team has made it. So the Horde is not doing so badly because, again, while they've lost a lot of people, they have a great, tremendous reserve. So the Ice Cream Team comes back out. We're going to switch towers. This is a new rule that's been put into play by the Geneva Convention of 1643. A 2 beats a 1. The 24-sided die has just been taken out. That is a pretty big upset. The Horde is a little happy in that regard. 5 beats a 4, though. 11 beats whatever this one was. 11 beats a 1. A 3 and a 3. The 11-sided die has now been eliminated also. Ice Cream Team's a little nervous, especially since they just rolled a 2 against a 5. So now the 14-sided die is out. This is not looking good at all for the Ice Cream Team. Oh, 5 beats a 4, so. But they are really getting low in numbers. A 3 beats a 2. The Horde is now taking out the 16-sided die. Not really good here. 6 beats a 2. Oh, this isn't good. The 13-sided die is out. The 6-sided die is out. The 9-sided die is out. Well, a 17 does beat a 1, that's for sure. 9 beats a 4. 15 beats a 5. 4 beats a 3, but that was close. The ice cream team is visibly nervous at this point. 23 beats a 1. You can do it. Bigger wins. Bigger wins. More, more, more. Yeah, we're going to have to work on these cheers. So, I don't know, Bob. I'm a little confused. All right, switching towers again. Let's see. The Horde has yet to go through their entire opening roster. Oh, a 4 beats a 1. And the 15-sided die is out. All right, well, not so good here. Oh, a 2 beats a 1. The 20 side is out. The 20 side, the stalwart, the one everyone knows, the one the crowd cheered for. There's not, the ice cream team is not looking so pleased with things. A 3 and a 3. A 12-sided was just taken out. This is getting a little nerve-wracking. 17 does beat a 3. A 10 beats a 6. The only thing that they kind of hope for at this point is 24 beats a 5, is that these big giant ones will not roar poorly, and there, the 30-sided was taken out by a 2. Oh, never mind. Referees come back, and that is not a 1 like I thought. It is actually a 7. Whew. That was close for the ice cream team. The ice cream team is now down to 6 members. They are asking for the rule. When they're down to 6 members, they are allowed to bring in a special new dice tower. So we're going to be bringing that in now. So let's get this tower ready. And here we go. 6 beats a 4. The 10-sider has been taken out. Not a good start to this new tower here. But a 9 does beat a 5. A 15 beats a 3. A 6 and a 6. The Horde is always glad to take one out evenly, and so the 18-sided die is out, making the ice cream game down to 4. 14 beats a 2. And a 24 beats a 3. Whew. This is very nerve-wracking for the ice cream team. A 5 against a 4. Whew. All right. 21 versus 6. The officials are a little annoyed about how this new tower allows dice basically to roll all the way across the room. 22 beats a 4. A 12 beats a 6. This, you know, even with the loss of the 30, the ice cream team, 6 beats a 3. The 17-sided die is out. And a 4 and a 4. The 24-sided die is out now. We're down to 2 dice. This is not looking excellent. 9 beats a 2. 19 beats a 4. 11 beats a 1. They're just switching in and out at this point. A 17 beats a 2. Can these 2 big dice carry the day? A 13 beats a 1. A 23 beats a 6. A 6 beats a 4. All right, so all the ones that have 1 come back in. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19 of the Horde left against 2 dice. This is amazing. The Horde is not, this is crazy, but these 2 are strong enough to win the day. Let's find out. 27 beats a 3. 28 beats a 6. 12 beats a 2. 28 beats a 5. 19 beats a 1. 22 beats a 5. 22 beats a 5. 23 beats a 1. 21 beats a 4. You can do it. Shut up. No one likes cheerleaders. 25 beats a 6. 11 beats a 6. 11 beats a 2. These guys have not rolled low yet. Once. 13 beats a 4. 11 beats a 6. The horde is crazy. What is going on here? 28 beats a 6. 24 beats a 1. 7 beats a 4. 27 beats a 2. 23 beats a 3. Ah! Da, 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 da. And everyone's having a good time. And there's cheering and clapping. And everyone is doing this. And the horde is coming out. Is there going to be a fight? No, the horde seems to be swarming. What is the horde doing? Oh, they're stealing the tower. Oh, no. Ah, they've taken the tower away. Call the police. Oh, why is there no refs at this match? Oh, no. Well, they're going to chase him, but they're all tired and exhausted. Ah, the horde ran away. But okay, we'll take care of the tower later. Oh, the 30-sided die is a little disappointed. He's standing off in the background because he got beaten by a 2. But over here, the MVP, the 28-sided die, and the what's the other sided one? And the 20. Who cares? Ah, ice cream! Ice cream for the win! And for dessert, we're all gonna have ice cream. Wait a minute, that's cannibalism! No!